Yo, it's your friendly neighborhood turtle here, and today we will be going over the TVP T50 51. See here I have a 3 marked. This was a really, um, Yo, it's your friendly neighborhood turtle here, and today we will be reviewing the TVP T50 51 as I've just 3 marked it, and I gotta say, wow, this thing was a lot better than I expected. This TVP, got nerfed, well, allegedly got nerfed. So, this thing obviously it used to have a 4 shell, now it's down to a 3 shell. Instead of doing only 1200 damage on the clip, it's now to your standard like 900 damage clip. That a lot of tanks like the Bat Chat and the triple shot you do. So, in terms of actual clip, it doesn't seem too special. But I think has pretty good DPM at 2700. Really short entry clip at 1.5 seconds. And decent aiming time and dispersion. So, this thing's gun is actually really, really good. Also has decent mobility. The armor isn't like too good. But, it's a TVP. I don't know why you expect too much armor in your tank. Here's the game where I first marked it. I'm not going to show it to you because it was pretty unremarkable. We're just going to skip here to the post-game results. See, the game wasn't too exciting. But I somehow marked it, this game, somehow. I'm not entirely sure how, but yeah, there you go. That's my first mark. Now let's get to some juicy stuff, alright? So this is the game I had, I think directly afterwards. I know I didn't get my second mark on this. It's just, the first, good game, started ramping up my session pretty good here. Here's what my first initial session of TVP is. As we go and replace this related my next session and where I placed overall in the NA server. So here we are on Canal. See, you're already on my first gun mark. I actually like the gun mark dealing rubber check tanks. I think it's pretty cool. A lot of tanks just have the single strike thing, which kind of sucks. So this thing, has a bit more of a unique design. So that's pretty cool. As you can see here, I don't really have any help. So this one, I'm just going to run away and hopefully, pretty much just hope that I don't get shot. So I'm just running away. See here, 140 over here in the back. Unfortunately, we spotted some people and I get spotted back, so I get shot, unfortunately. Good thing is I only got shot once, but the 121B. So I only lose 300 HP somewhere around the world. Here we have the 45 right here. That one shot on him. Fortunately, he does back up. So we're just going to reload our clip here. Here, our team's kind of just sitting in this corner, and I don't really know what to do because I can't push medium side because my 140 is camping with our Grill 15 for whatever reason. So this one I'm just gonna try and help our heavy tanks if at all possible. See here, I'm just looking around, seeing what I can actually do this game. It's quite a precarious situation to be in here. So I see here you have a Vickers light is down in the ditch. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna go back to this little bush here and see if I can get some shots on anyone over here. So we're going to wait for his Vickers to hopefully make a misplay. We're still waiting. And there he is. He makes the misplay. Now we're going to get 1 shell to him, 2 shells on him, and 3 shells on him. There you go. He loses 900 HP, and he only shoots me for 239 back. Yeah, very fair trade, right? Very fair. So I'm already up to 1200 damage. Nothing too, special, but you see here, we rack up damage quite quickly in the TVP because obviously it's an overpower autoloader. So now we have the 45, somehow missed a shot. So, but he's dead, so it doesn't really matter. I still have 2 shots left, so I'm going to use him on this 120B, get 1 shell in him, and I get 2 shells in him. He's now 1 shot, so I'll be able to kill him later. And all my teams can kill him now, so that's pretty good. Now we have the Blisk right here, he's staring at us. And at this point, I know I'm far back enough that the Blisk can't deal his maximum damage to me, so I'm not too worried about him, but at the same time, the guy could still hit me pretty hard. Because we're just going to clip him out here. There we go, get a full 977 clip down to him. So now he's down pretty much half his health now. So the guy was full health, and now he's half health. So that was a pretty fair trade, right? So now Bliss is running away. I'm still kind of stuck in this corner. So, we know 120B was over here. And we still have the Vickers. So my idea is now that I need to clear these 2 people. Get rid of her mobility and the tanks of most range. So I'm waiting for his Vickers to potentially, shoot this Yak or my Yak to push him up. So here we go. We have the Vickers. We got 1 shell on him. He's trying to run away, but it's a bit too late for him now at this point. We're just going to chase him down here. Again, another shell on him, light him on fire, and boom, there we go. He is gone now. Up to 3,800 damage, and now there's only 2 people left. We have a full health Kron and a 1 shot 120B who is somewhere over here. Ideally, I'd like to shoot the Kron, but, the 120B gets in the way, so Kind of lose a lot of HP there. But now I have a full health column that I can farm off of, so that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to go over here. He's not looking at us. I'm just going to drive over to Rich. We got with one shell, a bit of a low roll, but it doesn't really matter. We still take off 800 HP off of him, so that brings our total up to 4,694 damage. Okay, there we go. See here, what initially looked like a pretty bad game actually ended up being pretty good. See, that's where the TVP is like really good. You know, the clip here will just like ruin your enemy's day. So there we go. 4.6k damage, easily to top of the team. There we go. Went up almost 4% on mark, so that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to the next game on Yukon, which is where I 2-marked it. See here, the game's actually quite short, only 3 minutes long. But even, like I said earlier, the TVP has good DPM, so even in steamrolls, you're still able to rack up like a lot of damage quite quickly. So what do we have against us? We have a Caro, a Prague, and a Sheridan. Some pretty nasty tanks. I get a 292 which is also pretty rad, same with a Sheridan, so I'd say we're almost even, but you know, Caro, quite overpowered tank, so you know, it's going to their favor a little bit. So we make up our way to the spawning bush. So we can spawn any people. We have the Caro here. We get one shell into the Caro, and he has lost pretty much all of his HP already, just from making a single poke. Kind of feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, he's driving a Caro, so I don't really feel too bad. So see here, the Progetto's like down there. I'm really trying to think, like, what can I do at this point? Because obviously I don't want to, like, you know, poke against either one of these guys, because these guys can, like, nuke me. Because they have autoloaders, you know, being autoloaders. So I'm just going for my teammates to hopefully bleed out this Progetto. There we go. Grill, or, you know, our Sheridan shoots the Progetto. Yeah, our Progetto's he's not having a great day. Yeah, he's kind of stuck in the ditch, and T91 does get the clear on him. So at this point, I'm assuming the car has run away, so I'm just going to push up on him. Nope, he's right there. So we're just going to go in, get a nice clip into him. There we go. Get 1 shell, 2 shells, and 3 shells. And he only, you know, shoots me once back in return. So I'd say that's a pretty good trade. And our Grill 15 does clear him. That's pretty good. Now, we can easily just, you know, flank the enemy at this point. So yeah, we're just going to make our way back. We have the Hori right here. Now, this Hori is full of health. So let's see how much HP he has after this. We're going to get 1 tracking shell in him, a 2nd tracking shell in him, and a 3rd one. So he's lost over half his HP now, and he couldn't do anything about it, and now he's dead. You can see this thing just isn't, like, fair and balanced whatsoever. It's definitely a lot worse than it was before, which I guess a good job working, but this thing is still really strong, and you really do need to nerf it. And now, we have this 45. That's a really bad shot by me, but it doesn't really matter. Every team's kind of cooked at this point. We're just going to get some shells in this Progetto, get 1 and 2, bringing our total up to 2,900. But don't worry, there will be more, don't worry. So this Progetto, understandably, is probably going to try and, you know, rush me. We have a Sheridan over here, and now we're down to 4v4, so it's kind of starting to even out a little bit. So I am just going to kill this Sheridan, hopefully. There we go. 1 shot on him, get a nice little ram into him. There we go. And now hopefully if I high roll him, I can clear him. Unfortunately, I did not. I still take off pretty much all of his HP. Kind of unfortunate he's left on 4, because now I kind of have to, you know, waste my own shot. Fortunately, you know, now our Sheridan is clearing out the Progetto, so, and there we go, Sheridan has rammed the other Sheridan. So, good job to the Sheridan for clearing out, you know, the low HP guys. Props to him. We're up to 4k damage, I'm not forgetting my job at this point. I just have the 45. This time I will hit my shot on the 45, and I get the clear on him. Now all that's left is a 268. And at this point, there's nothing much you can really do. He can't even one-shot me into wants to do HE. So we're just going to roll up on him. There we go. And I get the clear him. That's almost 5,000 damage right there. There we go. 2 kills, 4.9k damage. Again, easily top of the team. Now let's see how much we went up in our mark. There we go. We get our 2nd mark. Went up by 2% that game. There you go. Very, very nice. We got a high caliber. Not an ace tanker, but, you know, we'll take the extra credits. There we go. Made 85,000 credits. And yep, easily top of the team. And now, we got a pretty insane game. I was almost convinced that this would win the game. I 3-marked it, but you'll see here I got a little bit robbed, if you want to call it that. But this game was quite crazy. So here we are on Falls Creek. We have a Skoda as our teammate. He's got 2 Czech autoloaders. Very fair, very, you know, balanced matchmaker right here. We have a Mira and a 30B. So, you know, we are disadvantaged just by tier, but, you know, the Skoda does have quite a deadly clip. And then we have 2 autoloaders, so we can easily destroy one of these guys if we focus fire. So we're just going to make our way up to, you know, the spawning bush. Classic positioning, nothing too crazy. Our Skoda is going to go low. So we're going to make our way up here. There we go. We're just going to sit here. Here we go. We have the 30B. 30B's playing quite aggressive. Not really sure why. See, he's already making his way up to base. We have the Muron. Start getting shells in there. Get 1 shell. 2 shells. Get a nice striking shell. But I think does reserve chart mechanic, so he's able to back up. But anyways, but we took off 1,000 HP off of him. So he's only down to 800. So I can one clip this project now. Now we have a 30B. Our 268 is over here now. Unfortunately, I get shot from across the map by someone. It's probably V75 or ST1. I'm not even sure. So there we go. Poor 30B. He got yellowed by my 268, and now he's getting clipped on me. Yep, we're got yep. His game's over. Yep, done in an instant. I don't feel bad because he played very aggressive for like no reason. So he kind of had it coming for him. So this is where I like kind of got robbed, right? I wanted to get into the base cap so I can get a passive XP, and I didn't get it. And this game does go on for quite a bit. So that kind of probably costed me the mark here this game, but it's fine. We get a really good clip in this Blitzkrieg. Poor guy's probably down to like 1,000 HP at this point. We're up to 2,500. We're doing pretty good. So, here's Murat. He's shooting our teammate Mishkoda, who is not in a really good position, I have to say. Our 268 is only 625. So, I'm going to see if I can, potentially clear this Blisk, maybe, or bring him down more lower HP. There we go. Me and Mishkoda are focus farming him, and boom, maybe get him out of the game. So, yeah, good job to Mishkoda for helping me out there. And now I'm going to turn around and go help our 268, because he's not doing a good job right now, I have to say. Losing to an E75 is, in 268 is kind of embarrassing. Especially, when he's not even fully equipped either. There we go. Got to clear on him. 2 kills, up to 3.8k damage. So we're already doing pretty good. Yeah, we already have a good amount of damage, good amount of kills. I'd say this is a pretty good game. But don't worry. There is always more in the TVP. So, for streamer people, here we have the Muron. We're just gonna get him out of here, because I don't want to get shot by him later on. There we go. 1 shell, 2 shell. There you go. Goodbye. Up to 4.4k damage. Now up to 3 kills. And now all of a sudden it's Real 15 and the ST1. And I haven't seen the ST1 at all this game. Vigreal, no, he's gonna die soon. Poor guy. Just gonna roll up on him. Teammate gets clear on him. And now we have to find the ST1. And look, it's a full health ST1. There we go. See, I'm shooting him in the engine here, hoping for a fire. Fortunately, I do not get the fire. Kind of sad. I'm already up to 5k damage. And here's where some people might call me a dickhead. See, I'm blocking this 50 TP so we can get the kill on him or get more damage. Mate, I'm sorry, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I was already pretty tired at this point, and I didn't want to play the TVP anymore. There we go. I get up to 6k damage and 4 kills. See, that was a crazy good game, honestly. Here we go. Went up 2.5%, and you can see here, I did not get enough XP for the gun mark, and I didn't even ace the tank. So I made a good amount of credits, and obviously this was a good progress on mark. But I was thinking that maybe if I got that base cap early on, maybe I could have marked it that game. Could have gotten an ace or would have been a really good game. But unfortunately, not everything goes your way, so I had to play another game. Here we are on Naval Frontier, our last game. What do we have against us? We have a Brigitte and a Batchat. We got some pretty nasty tanks right here. We got a Jag, a 183, and a 45. So, if I get caught out, in the open or exposed, I'm not paying attention. Yeah, no, I'm gonna die at that point. So I'm gonna be, quite cautious here. Be very aware of my surroundings here because I don't want to get shot by either one of them. Because even though I have a deadly clip, they can all out-trade me in a single shot. So not too fun. So we're gonna, make our way to the classic spotting bush to spot people, as one does. So here we go. Driving. Our Sheridan, and we'll also be going here. See if we can spot anyone. Hopefully we do. Somehow this Atlas gets here before he gets to cross without getting spotted. Kind of sucked, but well, hoping that someone else is maybe going to cross. We're going to wait here. See, this one I'm thinking that I should probably just leave at this point. See here, very heavy's got undetected. Pretty costing, because that kind of sucks. So I'm just going to turn around, but oh, here we are. Here he is. So yelling 45. There we go. Sheridan gets shelled him. I get a shell. Not 2 shells. Damage is going to get 3 shells. Yeah, that 45 is not having a good day. Yeah, he's down all of his HP in less than a minute. I don't feel bad. I don't know why the guy's yelling base B of all bases. And he gets quite upset for making... Yeah, there we go. He's mad, but he made a misplay. You know, I'm not really surprised. I mean, like... Whatever, I guess. So here we go. We're going to trim to base C. We got the Progetto right over there. We have Yago over in the back. Not really too much of a threat. I'm just going to cap his base. Get some passive XP, which is always good for your gun mark, because gun mark is based off XP, and base cap does help with that. So yeah, always make sure to cap your bases, and preferably place the primacy when you're gun marking things. So here we go. We'll cap C. Now we're just going to maneuver around. Maybe get shells into this Batchet or Progetto. Here we have a Batchet. We're going to get some shells on him. Get one shell on him. 2 shells. And I'm thinking about the third one. I thought he was going to jump down, but... Nope, he's kind of he does stay there because he wants to get clipped at me. Fortunately, he misses, so I don't bleed any HP. Poor guy is also always HP. So yeah, he's obviously going to run away. I would too, so... Yeah, poor guy. Got absolutely nuked. Now we have, you know, the tanks down in the ditch. I was thinking about going for this Batchet, but, you know, I'm a little greedy. So we're just going to go after this Progetto here. Yep, poor guy can't do anything. Got a TVP on his ass, so he dies. There we go. Already up to 2,700 damage. Not the best damage so far. Okay, 1-3. He's out of the game now. Thank you, Sheridan. We hate 1-3s here. And now we are just going to find this Batchet and the Yag, who should be in this corner still. You know, assuming they have in mode. Oh, there we are. There's the big old Yag. Going to try and get a charge on him. Unfortunately, do not get it out. But we do break his engine, which, you know, stops him from turning. And, you know, Sheridan, again, W. Sheridan, clearing the big guys out. So even though the Sheridan got nerfed, you know, I said in my, you know, review about the equipment changes, the Sheridan's still pretty stupid. So yeah, I think I got pretty lucky there, not losing an HP to Yag. So yeah, now all that's left is this Atlas. I'm already up to 3,700 damage. You know, at this point, I'm trying to do everything I can to, like, get the mark. Our Sheridan's kind of getting in our way. I just ram into him because at this point I don't even care. He eats my shot. I get one more shell into him. Give him a nice little love tap. It brings me up to 4,460 damage and I get 1 kill. Let's see, is it enough? Actually, I know it isn't enough because nobody said it was enough at the beginning. Yep, and there we go. Our third mark, I barely went up in percentage. So, you know, obviously I was, like, understandably quite upset. But the Sheridan was blocking Atlas because I knew there was a chance I actually wouldn't go up enough. And I would have to play another game, which, you know, not really too fun. So, I see here, that's a TVP. Here are my 2 separate sessions I had in the tank. I am ranked number 5 on the NA server for the TVP. So, I feel quite qualified to talk about this thing. Definitely get this thing if you're a good player. This thing, you know, isn't really good for, like, new players or people without much skill, because, you know, it's a lightly armored tank with a dangerous clip. It's pretty much a glass cannon, okay? Like, you're not going to do well in this thing if you, you know, don't have a lot of patience. But yeah, this thing is really strong if you know what you're doing. And I would definitely recommend grinding this whenever, you know, you're ready. Or, you know, just get it to have fun, you know? Like, this thing's just good overall. I mean, like, you've all seen people YOLO in TVPs and just ruining people's days. I mean, you could do that too. I don't really care, honestly. As long as it doesn't affect me, I'm completely fine whatever you do in TVP.